What's up, guys? We're going to be talking about the Black Adam film and why it's another DCEU failure.
Mainly concerned back in the day with how long I would last. Make a few $1,000 stack with every hour pass. I catch you playing inside my lane and I'ma foul your ass.
Alright, so this movie was really disappointing for me. I was very excited about it. The trailers weren't doing that much for me because they just, came off as typical, action superhero movie trailers. But I was really excited to see The Rock in this new role as Black Adam. I was hoping that this was going to be the DCEU savior and it was going to really, step things up for them. But, it wasn't anything special. Just, more so of a very formulaic, typical superhero movie. If you like a lot of action and don't care much about story and depth, most likely you'll be entertained. I just feel like it just followed too much of the same formula and it was very repetitive. This movie just doesn't have much storyline. There's not a lot going on in this film. And it just seems like they really wanted to ride off of The Rock's popularity and sort of just make a movie around The Rock and let him be, just this big part of the movie with a lot of just repetitive action scenes. It's mostly action that, it's nothing original, just CGI fest, nonstop, just big, powerful, heroes throwing each other through objects and things like that. One thing that the DCEU does really well, though, is they really do show the power scale pretty accurately with these like god tier type of characters. You can really see the speed of Black Adam in this. Every blow is so powerful, but again, like I said, the fight scenes are things that we've seen before. I feel like we're in the same setting, like the same three settings in the movie. There's really no other way to put it than to say that it's repetitive. It's a bunch of action, like almost back to back to back. And yes, there can be too much action. There is such thing as too much action. And I feel like they kind of do it just to hide the flaws from the rest of the film. So they just overpack it with action to avoid doing any type of, further character development for the villain, making the human character, the regular human characters, making them more interesting. They could have spent some more time, developing and showing us maybe more screen time of Hawkman and Dr. Fate, or maybe, put more time into Atom Smasher, Cyclone, rather than just overdoing the action. I feel like to kind of avoid putting in the effort for the characters. A couple of good things about the movie. Dr. Fate was really good. He had some great interactions with Black Adam. I think he was one of the top two best characters in the movie, along with The Rock as Black Adam. They just had some, really funny interactions. And also, I think Dr. Fate did well working with Hawkman. I also like Hawkman. He was pretty cool. Overall, I did like Hawkman. The costume designs are really good. Love the way Dr. Fate looks. Love the way Hawkman looks. Atom Smasher was all right. A couple of good comedy relief moments for him. And Cyclone, I felt like she was all right too. Not much to say about, either one of them because, they're not really a big part of the film. They're more so big side characters. I think The Rock is good in this as Black Adam. I do like the seriousness of the character, but also the, like the low key jokes that he makes or the funny comedy moments that he's in where it's just like a subtle joke. I do appreciate that. I like that. I think, it's just The Rock being The Rock in another movie, Honestly, I still enjoy watching the movies he's in. I still think he does a good job for what he's capable of doing. He sticks to his role. The kid in the film, I thought just had too much screen time. He at certain moments he was, a little bit annoying, little cringe, but they could have, cut down his screen time a little bit. His mom, she was all right. I didn't have too much problems with her, but I also, wasn't a big fan. More so just, right in the middle. Nothing special about that character. In this movie, you get a typical shallow villain, no depth to him at all. And honestly, the CGI on that character, he becomes the full villain, is absolutely horrible to me. I did not think it looked good at all. But yeah, this villain formula that a lot of these superhero movies have, where it's just they don't really care about any development for the villain, and they just have him there to be like the, just the guy at the end that's fighting the hero, and that's exactly what happened in this film. Really shallow, typical, standard villain in this one. And like I said, I feel like they didn't really put much into actually trying to make a great film. They were just more so saying, let's have The Rock in this movie, make him the big centerpiece of the film, and then just fill in the rest. And it just didn't seem like there was much effort to make a unique, different type of movie. this is like a step back for superhero movies and the DCEU, which is crazy to say because, they really need to step their game up, especially now where they can capitalize because the MCU is a little bit lackluster at the moment, but they just failed. The movie's decent. It's not a terrible movie. It's a decent movie. It has some entertainment value, but I just want more out of superhero films. This was kind of a step back in the genre, like I said. But yeah, if I had to give it a final score, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 stars. Just, an overall feeling of disappointment. Was really hoping this would be a savior to the DCEU, and it ended up being a failure. So, those are my thoughts. Thanks for watching, guys. Please comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll catch you later.